Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre les pronoms directs. Il y a 4. Le, la, l'apostrophe, et les. This lesson will show you how to use these pronouns to avoid repetition in your work. Please take the time during this lesson to copy down notes. If at any time during this lesson you need to pause the video so you can catch up on your notes or process the information, please feel free to do so. Alors, nous allons commencer. The pronoun le replaces a direct object that is singular and masculine. Let's take a look at the two examples that you see before you. Premier exemple. J'achète le gâteau, puis je mange le gâteau chez moi. I buy the cake, then I eat the cake at my house. To avoid repetition of le gâteau, we can replace the second le gâteau with the pronoun le. So your new sentence would read, J'achète le gâteau, puis je le mange chez moi. I buy the cake, then I eat it at my house. Since there's only one verb in the second half of the sentence, the pronoun le would go right before it. Deuxième exemple. Il y a ce nouveau film. Nous regarderions ce nouveau film ce soir. There's this new movie. We would watch this new movie tonight. To shorten this sentence, we can replace the second ce nouveau film with the pronoun le. So your shorter sentence would read, Il y a ce nouveau film. Nous le regarderions ce soir. There's this new movie. We would watch it tonight. Once again, there is only one verb in the second half of this sentence. So the pronoun le would go right before it. The pronoun la replaces a direct object that is singular and feminine. Let's take a look at the two examples that you see before you. Premier exemple. J'achète la pomme rouge, puis je mange la pomme rouge. I buy the red apple, then I eat the red apple. Let's shorten that sentence by replacing the second la pomme rouge with the pronoun la. Your new sentence would read, J'achète la pomme rouge, puis je la mange. I buy the red apple, then I eat it. As you can see, there's only one verb in the second half of the sentence. So the pronoun la would go right before it. Deuxième exemple. Si j'avais cette voiture bleue, je conduirais cette voiture bleue à Toronto. If I had this blue car, I would drive this blue car to Toronto. This sentence is way longer than it needs to be. So in order to shorten it, let's replace the second cette voiture bleue with the pronoun la. Your new sentence would read, Si j'avais cette voiture bleue, je la conduirais à Toronto. If I had this blue car, I would drive it to Toronto. Once again, there's only one verb in the second half of this sentence, so the pronoun la would go right before it. In some cases, when you're replacing a direct object with the pronoun le or the pronoun la, the pronoun might end up right before a verb that starts with a vowel. This is where the pronoun l'apostrophe comes into play. Let's take a look at the two examples that you see before you. Premier exemple. Je vois le t-shirt vert, donc j'achète le t-shirt vert. Usually, I would replace le t-shirt vert with the pronoun le. However, Putting le right before achète would end up with the E in le and the A in achète next to each other, creating a double vowel situation that would affect pronunciation. It would sound like je le achète. Not so fluid. To improve fluidity, you would drop the E in le and add an apostrophe. So your sentence would read, Je vois le t-shirt vert, donc je l'achète. I see the green t-shirt, so I buy it. There's only one verb in the second half of the sentence, so your pronoun would go right before it. Deuxième exemple. Les invités arrivaient. Ma mère fermait la porte et ouvrait la porte. The guests were arriving. My mother was closing the door and opening the door. Usually, we would replace la porte with the pronoun la. However, if we were to put the pronoun la right before the verb ouvrir, we would end up with the A in la and the O in ouvrir right next to each other. This would create another double vowel situation that would affect pronunciation. To make the pronunciation more fluid, we would drop the A in la and replace it with an apostrophe. So your new sentence would read, Les invités arrivaient. Ma mère fermait la porte et l'ouvrait. The guests were arriving. My mother was closing the door and opening it. The pronoun les replaces a direct object that is plural, regardless of its gender. Let's take a look at the two examples that you see before you. Premier exemple. J'emballe les cadeaux, puis je mets les cadeaux sous l'arbre. I wrap the presents, then I put the presents under the tree. To avoid repetition of les cadeaux, you would replace it with the pronoun les. J'emballe les cadeaux, puis je les mets sous l'arbre. I wrap the presents, then I put them under the tree. Since there's only one verb in the second half of the sentence, the pronoun les would go right before it. Deuxième exemple. S'il commençait le projet tout de suite, il finirait le projet tôt. If they started their projects right away, they would finish their projects sooner. To avoid repetition of le projet, we would replace it with the pronoun les, because le projet is a direct object that is plural. S'il commençait le projet tout de suite, il les finirait tôt. If they started their projects right away, they would finish them sooner. Again, there's only one verb in the second half of this sentence, so the pronoun les would go right before it. As you may have noticed in some of the examples that we just looked at, the articles le, la, and les will not always be there to indicate that a direct object is masculine singular, feminine singular, or plural. In these cases, you would have to rely on other adjectives that you might see in their places. For example, you might not see le livre. You might see mon livre, ton livre, son livre, ce livre, notre livre, votre livre, leur livre. These are good indications that the direct object that follows is masculine singular. You might not see la pomme. You might see ma pomme, ta pomme, sa pomme, cette pomme, notre pomme, votre pomme, leur pomme. These are good indications that the direct object that follows is feminine singular. You might not see les chaises. You might see mes chaises, tes chaises, ses chaises, nos chaises, vos chaises, leurs chaises. These are good indications that the direct object that follows is plural. Now, these adjectives here that I'm highlighting in purple are the same for a direct object that is masculine singular and feminine singular. Just seeing the adjectives by themselves, you might not be able to tell if the direct object is masculine or feminine. In order to figure it out, you would have to input the direct object into a dictionary. I recommend wordreference.com. If your direct object has an NM next to it, the direct object will be masculine. If the direct object has an NF next to it, your direct object will be feminine. Et ça c'est tout pour les pronoms directs. Si vous avez des questions ou des soucis, n'hésitez pas à me contacter. If you would like to rewatch this video lesson, you are welcome to do so at any time. Just click on the link that I posted to Edsby, or you can visit my YouTube channel, Madame A. Win, and find the video there. Merci tout le monde et à bientôt!